What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Talk That Talk. Let's talk about the season finale of BMF. I'm so sad it's over, but I think they already got approved for another season, so I'm sure after Power is over, because I have to talk about Power, and I think the Tommy spinoff is coming after Power, and then we're going to get Kanan, and then by the time Kanan's done, we'll probably get BMF maybe late summer. That's just my assumption. But let's talk about it. So the episode starts off with all of the 50 boys getting arrested. Pretty much almost the whole crew gets arrested. They're trying to find out who has something to do with this cop basically losing his life, okay? So, and they know that it was somebody from the 50 boys. So they trying to figure that out, but they can't pin nothing on anybody, so they end up getting out of jail. But while they're in jail, you know, Terry is like, yo, every time some messed up stuff happens, Kato's around, you know, and he just gets this hunch like, something's up with Kato. What do we really know about her? And Meech is feeling the same way. So, and you can see B. Mickey's face. He's just like, oh man, he's starting to catch on that she, like, you know, she got something going on. She probably might be dirty. So that's in the back of Meech's mind. So Meech tells Kato, cry with me or whatever. He's finding out more about, you know, her backstory, what her dad, like how she get into this business. She finds out more about her dad. And they call themselves the Killer Boys or whatever they were called. And I'm like, what? Her dad was a psycho that was running with Lamar, all right? So Meech is trying to learn more about her. He ends up learning even more about her father when he ran into this other crew to try to sell them product or whatever. So they already know, they already have a hunch about Kato. So I'm going to just keep going into that part. I'm not going to go in the order of the episode. So basically, Meech kind of guilt trips B. Mickey into like saying, oh, you know, you're so loyal. It's, you know, it's nice to have you in my crew. I've always depend on you, da, 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 like out of nowhere. And that would guilt trip anybody to reveal something that they maybe have been withholding from you. So he spills it, yo, Kato working with Lamar. I'm trying to take Lamar out and help her get out of this mess she in, da, 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 da. Then, you know, as we all know, they end up, they first end up getting a tip that Lamar was getting some medical help from this dude who's running this ghetto behind mortuary business. And he gets stitched up there, but by the time Meech and his crew got there, he had already left and he switched cars, so they wasn't getting him there. They end up setting him up to go to this place. It looked like a club. And Meech and B. Mickey got Lamar there, and then B. Mickey actually shot Kato. So he's heartbroken, he's drunk, he's lost in the mind because in his mind he shot his baby, he shot his girlfriend, and he loved her or whatever. You know, they was really rocking it out, and he shot her, and it's hard to live for anybody to live with. Now let's get to the money, okay? So Terry wins the settlement. I think he walked away with like 180K or whatever. I think he won 250 and walked away with 180. When they said that, I was like, that's a lot of fees he had to pay out of that money. Why couldn't he get the whole thing? Like, oh my gosh, I was like, that's a lot of fees. All right, that lawyer was not cheap. That's a lot of fees. But come to find out, he can't touch the money until he's 18, or he can request like a judge to approve certain things he wants to spend the money on before that. And they're like, man, this is some BS. Of course, the dad is like, oh, Terry, you don't deserve the money. We should just buy this car service for us. He don't deserve it after everything they put us through. Of course, the dad always doing something. He want to take Terry money. I just was like, this is typical for the dad. Like, so typical to do this BS. So, but the mom always got her kids back. She like, no, this is Terry's money. This is not our money. If Terry wants to invest in this, that's for him to decide on. This ain't our money. You know, like, that ain't going down. You ain't taking money from the kids, pretty much. But they end up showing Terry the car service, how much money it generates in a year. And it's like legal money, whatever. It could set up the whole family, and the mom could quit the job at Wendy's. So it does look like a very, very smart thing to do and can help out the family a lot. Terry's baby mama, we just gotta stick to Terry real quick, because Terry's baby mama dropped a bomb on him. She had the baby, she had her bags packed, and she was ready to go. So she basically said, yo, I'm moving to PA. I'm gonna say with a family member out in PA because you haven't stopped doing what you're doing. And he's like, oh, I just want to take my time in the decision. She's like, well, that is your answer, you know. So she out. And then what really like made me think twice, I'm like, how come the dad was like, oh no, you can't hold her hostage here, oh, let me help you walk out? Like, why wasn't the parents like, oh girl, like just really think about this or anything? Because like they're getting separated from their grandchild just like how Terry's getting separated from his son. So why were they so willing to just let her leave? Now, I understand they want Terry to stop doing what he's doing, but how far y'all willing to go? Because if I was, if that was my grandchild, I'll be like, whoa, baby, let's figure something else out. Maybe we can move you across town, or, you know, not to a whole nother state where I can't see the grandbaby at all. Like the dad was like, oh, let me walk you out. Like the dad always be on some BS. Like the only person that was enraged was Terry, and of course the girlfriend. She was mad, but it's just like, why were y'all willing to let her leave so quickly? That blew me. Like that really blew me. I didn't understand the logic behind that at all. Now, once Terry and Meech end up meeting with the Connect, Meech decided to come this time, even though that supplier can't stand Meech. Like, she can't stand him. And I really want to know the backstory of why. You know, I know she probably looks at him as flashy and not, like, as mature or whatever. But, like, I feel like she has a deep hatred for him. And I don't know why. Now, they go there, Meech gets kicked out by gunpoint, and Terry ends up finishing the deal. So he gives her the money, and they ask for more weight or whatever. She's cool. She's like, yo, this partnership can go as big as you need it to. So they ended up securing that. But after all that went through, you know, Terry drops off the weight to Meech, and the extra weight, he's like, oh, she agreed to what we want to do, cool. And then Terry's at the end of the episode, Terry ends up basically saying, I'm out. I'm not doing this no more. You know, I'm going to go buy a car service, going to help the family, Like, I don't want to be shot at. I don't want to be arrested and all that stuff. Like, Terry has went through a lot. They all have. Like, they all been doing all this stuff with the Lamar thing. Their little sister got questioned by police. Their little sister boyfriend got killed. Their house was in jeopardy because Lamar was coming to kill. Like, Lamar knew where they stayed at, but he just didn't get to the house yet. Like, it's just a lot. His baby mama's moving to PA. He just been going through a lot of stuff, and he's like, yo, I'm out. So Meech take that real hard because he's like, yo, we just went through all of this. We just got over all of these hurdles. We handled Lamar. We got rid of Kato, who was a traitor in the crew. You know, they developed the name BMF, and they got a new Connect. They done with Pat. They got a new Connect. The Connect agreed to give them more. They trying to like basically be the manufacturers of different crews now, so they're not on the corners. And he's like, you out? Like he's like, yo, this thing's just getting started. And then he's like, oh, with the car business, I could incorporate my business in it this way. And he's still trying to like use whatever Terry wants to do to like finagle the business in it. And Terry's like, I don't want to do no dirt, nothing. I want my money clean. So yeah, he was out, and Meech took that hard. I think we all as viewers took that hard because it's just like, yo, you done got this far, but at the same time, I understand it. Because it's just like, I couldn't go through none of that. I couldn't go through none. I would have been out way back when, okay? When Pat wanted their money, when Pat had pushed up the due date and they were scrambling to earn that money, I would have did what I had to do to pay Pat, but I would be like, yo, this is too much for me. Like, this is too much. I'm good. Like, I would have been out way back when, okay? Way back when, all right? But, yeah, so tell me what you guys thought about the season finale. I can't wait for season 2. I'm really, really excited. It makes me wonder, like, how are they gonna use Lil Meech for all of the seasons to come? Like, if this show gets up to season 5, because there's a lot to tell about BMF, and this had gone on for a while, and we started from the beginning. So, like, they literally just came up with the BMF name. Like, there's so much more history to tell. And I only asked that because at the end of the episode, they were using this guy who was portraying to be Meech in jail with braids in his cell, and it was a different guy. So I hope they use Little Meech all throughout, because you know what I mean? He's not going to age super fast, but I just hope they use him all throughout. But comment down below what you guys thought, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!